Hello you beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to be the big sister to you that I never had. As you know, I've got an amazing younger brother. There are times that I wish I did have an older sibling to guide me through certain aspects of my life, especially high school. And what I want to touch on today is basically words of advice that I would give my younger self if I was going back through high school. If you're watching this, I am going to assume that you're also called a nerd or try hard or a sweat or some other iteration of that word. I want to give you 3 pieces of advice I think will hopefully change your mindset and will prevent you from becoming one of those girls or guys that flunked their grades because they wanted to be popular. It's a really big aspect to my channel, is I want to make being a nerd cool again, because there are so many people that waste their potential trying to fit into a social hierarchy that lasts for 3 or 4 years. I'm aware that grades don't get you everywhere. I'm not saying you have to be academic to do well in life, but what I'm trying to say is I don't want you to change the course of your life for the worse because you want to fit into a social construct. Tip number 1 is find your people. Now, back at high school, I had the most gorgeous group of friends, and yes, we weren't the most popular girls, but I didn't care. As soon as you stop caring about this social hierarchy, you are content, you're happy, you're not having to people please, because when you find your person or your group, that is all you need. Once you stop trying to chase this idea of perfection and popularity, you will be so much happier. Because the issue is trying to become popular, and when I say popular, I mean you're liked by everyone. You lose your identity because you have to change your attitudes, your beliefs, your thoughts, the way you act just to fit in. And I promise you now, the people that are deemed popular at school, they're going to be the ones wishing they were you when you get out of school. First tip is find your people. Second is you need to be stubborn. Now, I am very lucky. I'm an incredibly stubborn person. I look back and there are so many times at which I could have completely flunked my grades because there were opportunities in which I could have become popular, which I didn't take. And I am so happy that I valued my education over that short-term gain, because you will never regret doing well in an exam or preparing for an exam. You're only going to regret what went wrong. When I say stubborn, what I mean is that there's going to be a lot of people who will bring you down, whether that's, again, calling you a nerd, calling you a sweat, trying to make fun of you for wanting to do well. When you take a step back and you realize what they're actually telling you, they're effectively saying that you pushing yourself, you being disciplined, you doing well in your studies is something that is negative. And I think as I'm older and my frontal lobe is developing, I look back and it actually makes me laugh to think that I thought being a sweat was something bad, that working or wanting to do well was bad. And I really hope that I can push this message to you guys that that is something to be proud of. Having discipline and motivation in academia will help you so much in your later life, because the habits that you start now, you will bring into the future. And yes, some people may deem academia as not being as useful as it once was. That doesn't matter. You opening the doors for yourself, bringing more opportunities in is the best thing you can do. So stay stubborn, have your goal, and have tunnel vision. You are going to get that goal. So apologies, I'm playing with my hair. I've washed it, so it's gone really soft, which means it's flopping over my face. Anyway, tip 3, or advice number 3, and this is for those of you that can feel quite isolated and alone, because at some points it will feel like you're the only one who is studying, or you're the only one that wants to do well, and you feel like you don't fit in. And I just want to tell you, you do. And I really hope that this community on here, little breather, I get emotional when talking about this platform and hopefully my future study platform, because my goal was to create a community of girls to support each other, to be that study network that I wish I had growing up, because I don't think you understand how impactful it is to feel supported and to feel like you're surrounded by people who have the same motivation and the same goals as you. Because believe me, there were many lunches and study breaks where I would be alone studying, and it's been like that my whole life, and it can get really isolating. But I hope having this platform where you can find people who have the similar mindset to you will really help you to grow and thrive, because you go from being in such a structured setting in school, in college, in uni, and then you go back home outside of lessons and you work, and a lot of the time your peers aren't working and you are, and you feel a sense of just loneliness. Yes, you might be the minority. That doesn't mean it's wrong. You studying is the right path. You getting your goals is the right path, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'm not telling you to overwork or to get really stressed or burnt out, but what I'm trying to say is you are not alone. You revising right now is not a negative, I promise you. It's just that other people don't see this yet, and you're probably ahead. That's my alarm. And you're probably ahead of most of your peers. Let me just grab my phone. But that's timed pretty well because where I was going to end the video. But I hope you've come away from this with the mindset that being a nerd is something to be goddamn proud of. And if you are watching this and you are a fellow nerd, then I'm proud of you. And don't let anyone ever change that about you. It's your personality, it's part of you. You want to do well and you want to strive forward. If anyone ever tries to talk negatively about you wanting to achieve your goals, smile and say thank you. Thank you for your support as always. I wouldn't even be able to create my study website if it wasn't for you. It's been a dream of mine to create some form of platform for girls in academia way before I started social media, because it's something that I felt like I was missing growing up, that I wish that I had, and hence it's literally been my mission to be able to create it, and you guys have let me do that. If you got to the end, comment. I would say nerd, but that may flag the system. Comment thank you with a wink emoji. I will see you guys soon.